Oh hey, my name's Luke and you're currently watching me walk throughout Melbourne right now. You might be wondering where's my face and why aren't I talking to the camera? Well, on this particular day I am actually very socially anxious, so I have my headphones plugged into my phone and I am just talking through my phone instead. Need proof? Here's a quick little glimpse. So, you might be wondering why I'm here, why am I doing this? Well, this video is actually very different to what I thought it was going to be this week, and here is why. ADHD. Nah, not really ADHD, but I do want to talk about this though because my head has been buzzing the last week. So I've actually had a few realizations recently, and these are all things that I feel are really important to share because I think, especially as a creative, it's so easy, and I've spoken about this so many times, by the way, like literally so many times, but getting caught in that loop of perfectionism. When I started the U Effect, I wanted there to be a focus on consistency, and so the thing that I set my mind to was a video every fortnight. Now, which, mind you, is still my commitment, but I've kind of given myself a bit of a hard time because first of all, the intro video was very highly produced, and that was a very big part of set early on. And I just found as the videos were going on and on and on, I just had this expectation of myself to perfect every one, to the point where when I was overseas, I actually missed a couple of weeks. Bet you didn't notice though. But yeah, this week was meant to be a completely different video, but then I just had these little moments of inspiration throughout the past week, and I actually felt called to completely change what I was going to put out, and I think it's important to talk about this as well. So for those of you who don't know, Ed Sheeran just recently put out an announcement of his new album Subtract, and what he had written really flicked a switch in me, because what he said pretty much in the post was that he had been working on this album Subtract for 10 years, literally trying to craft the most perfect album he possibly could. And I could really relate to this, like just as a creative person, because there are so many projects that I don't put out because for me it's important to make sure it can be the best possible version of that project possible before I put it out there. But then he had mentioned something that really stuck with me, and it's the fact that due to certain circumstances he was actually having one of the most difficult years of his life, and that's because he was having problems with people trying to sue him. His partner, his wife, was in hospital for certain reasons, and it just felt like the whole world around him was crumbling, and his only outlet was music. And so he had written all these incredible songs that apparently he's using for the album. So instead of using the 10 years worth of work that he had previously, he's using all these songs he had written in 1 year because of this certain period in his life. And that really struck a chord with me. Okay, slight distraction, but look at this elephant. This is the sort of art that you get in Melbourne. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm recording on my phone again because I decided I wanted to climb the elephant. Wow, this is cool. So I guess the reason I brought up ADHD was because for me, I have so many ideas in my head literally all the time, and the crazy thing is that does not go hand in hand with perfectionism. So the wind unfortunately picked up as soon as I started talking here, but pretty much what I'm saying is that because I have so many ideas running through my head all the time, when I hyperfixate on one idea, by the time that I've already finished with that idea, another one comes, and if I'm out there spending time trying to perfect this one idea, it ends up ruining me because I'm uninspired at that point. You're probably finding it really hard to take me seriously right now. Just go with it. Just embrace the journey. This is all a journey. Should I get off the elephant? I should probably get off the elephant. I think this is the best way to get off. Oh God. So this is the reason why the whole Ed Sheeran thing really spoke to me this week, because despite having worked 10 years trying to perfect the most amazing album possible, he gave all of it up to pursue something that was inspiring him in a more recent time. And that pretty much made me realize the true importance of creativity. It's to be able to have an outlet to express yourself. And it also goes hand in hand with the U Effect, because the whole thing I'm trying to encourage is people to be themselves, be authentic, and to just go out there and pursue whatever sets their heart on fire. And You know, if you're constantly trying to chase this idea of an end product that no longer aligns with you, you're actually completely disaligning yourself with what you actually want to be doing. And this is something that I have been learning myself through these experiences. And just with that as well, it also made me realize that something had been missing from the U effect that was always important to me from the get-go, and that's being raw and being vulnerable. I actually want to take you guys on this journey with me. And I find these days, particularly with influencer culture coming on the rise, that it's more important than ever that we actually show our vulnerable side and take people on a journey with us. I am no perfect human being. Actually, I'm very far from it. And I want you guys to see all the moments, all the raw moments, the ups, the downs, everything. And by constantly putting out highly produced content, you're actually not really getting that. You're getting a polished version of me and the U effect, which isn't actually authentic. So that's a happy realization. And that's also why I'm putting out this piece of content, which, is this helicopter really gonna interrupt me right now? Is it going? Now this is a flattering angle of me. Anyway, what I was saying is that's why I'm putting out this piece of content, because this is actually more of a raw and organic form of video content. Yes, it's less polished, and yes, there is actually a place for more polished content as well, but I do want to balance it out a bit more and just showcase the journey with you guys, because look, to be completely honest with you, the U effect is my absolute baby. This is something that I've been wanting to grow and foster for the longest time now, and I'm here to stay, baby. I am here to stay, and so you're gonna be getting all of me. You're gonna be getting the whole journey, the whole process. Actually, that reminds me as well, there are some things I want to share with you all, and please stay tuned for this because this is really important to me. Oh, okay, we're sitting under a bridge now. So the thing that I wanted to tell you guys, so pretty much the realization that I've had is that it's actually very difficult. I don't know why I decided to live in one of Australia's busiest cities where I can barely concentrate on one thing at a time, whether it be a leaf or I don't even know why I was holding that. So the realization that I actually had is there are certain parts of my creativity and also running my media business that I'm actually not 100% happy with. I've realized what that is one, editing. And look, there are some times where editing does feel fun to me. I can be a bit more creative, but for the most part, editing is something, it's just not where my heart is. Being stuck behind a computer screen all day is not the most fun. And that's when I realized, well, why don't I get an editor or have a team of people who are just as passionate as me come on board and help me out with this stuff? Because let me tell you, it is freaking stressful. But I've always had so much resistance to this sort of thing because for me, it's really important to tell the story in ways that do the story justice. And I feel like it's really difficult to find somebody who shares that same creative passion that you do. But to be honest, what I've realized recently is that that's all limiting beliefs. There are people out there who would share a similar creative passion towards the stuff that you're doing. So with that being said, this is a cry for help. I don't know why I'm calling it a cry for help. We are looking for anybody who might be interested in joining the U Effect team. Whether you want to become an editor, a filmmaker, someone who comes up with story ideas, we are looking for all of it. And you know what? Like, I'm not even looking for people who necessarily have experience in these fields, but I am looking for somebody who has a passion and an interest to learn more about any of those areas, because at the end of the day, I just want to work with a team of friends who love the same things I love and want to actually make a positive change in this world. Please come and help me. It's lonely here. I don't think you guys realize how funny this looks right now. Actually, this doesn't show So at this point of the video, I was actually feeling very overstimulated and anxious by all the people walking past me and looking at me. I know I'm an outgoing person on the outside, but I definitely have these moments quite often where everything just feels like it's a bit too much to handle. I feel like it's more important than ever, particularly in this world of influencer culture and just all the information that's out there, to find inner peace in knowing that it's okay to change what we want to put out there creatively. I feel like we put so much expectation on ourselves based on the world around us that we forget that it's okay to actually realign with what we want to do and what we want to put out there. So yes, this is a very different video to what I was going to be putting out. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys maybe picked up a few things from it. I will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye!